Alright, you guys, welcome to another episode of Face Studio Fitness Pilates. Today we're going to begin in an all-fours position on our mat and just start circling your spine out, rolling it up and down, all the way around. Really relaxing through the spine. Let's go ahead and take it into some cat-cow here, just releasing and arching, and then come back into a child's pose. Again, press forward, and back into that child's pose. Okay, and right here we're going to tuck our toes under and press up into a downward dog. You can keep your knees bent here if you prefer. And then we're going to rock forward into a plank position, tapping one knee down. New alternating knees here, rocking forward and tapping, rocking forward and tapping. Holding your core strong here as we flow through this movement, feeling a nice stretch through the back of your legs as you return to that downward dog position. Noting how it feels, really releasing your body here, releasing the tension. Let's come down to both knees now, hovering in that bear position, and then pressing back up into downward dog. Last one, and then we'll come down into a seated position. Bringing both legs out in front of you and just releasing your hips here, stretching side to side, letting your knees fall down heavy in either direction. Just releasing, just removing tension from the hips where we tend to hold a lot throughout the day, throughout the night. Release and let it go. And then we'll come into a cross-leg position. Let's start releasing the tension from our neck now, rolling the head side, side, back and down. Whatever feels good here today, if it's smaller circles or if it's nice big round movements. If you want to just hold it one direction and feel the stretch and then hold it the other direction, that's up to you. Just let me guide you through this today, but make it your own. Make this your own workout today. Let's go ahead and come up to standing now. Step those feet out into a nice wide second position and then start moving your arms in a nice wave side to side. Again, stretching through that side body, but really starting to focus on your oblique muscles as well as your inner thighs here. Really stretching those arms out. I want you to think of a wave as your arms flow from side to side. Nice work, making sure to bend those knees each time, getting down nice and low, articulating all the way through to your fingertips here. Let's rotate it around into a nice lunge position now, reaching those arms up behind the head and then brushing everything out and away from you. So any tension through that head, neck, spine, as you release into your deep lunge, I want you to brush and press it out and away from you. Inhaling and exhaling, finding your feminine power and energy here through this movement, reaching and accepting all the good and then pressing all the negativity out. Rotating your body to the other direction, finding that lunge, and then again working on your breath, breathing oxygen into the lungs, and then letting everything out as you go into that deep, deep lunge. Feeling your quadriceps working here, starting to feel some activation through the lower body.
different journey.
Let's get ready to bring it into a plank. So let's reach forward toward our toes, soften the knees, and then step back into a nice high plank here. And we're going to begin with some body rolls. So rolling up into your downward dog, rounding and articulating through each vertebrae, and then coming through to your plank. As you get to your plank, I want you to lift those hips, slight arch in the back, and rolling back up to your downward dog. So really feel the wave-like motion through this move. I want you to really articulate through the spine. Feel each and every single vertebrae accessing new air, new oxygen as you move through this roll. Let's bring it down to our knees here. We're going to do some Pilates style push-ups. Into those knees, I want you to come down into a push-up, and then I want you to press back into your child's pose. So push-up, child's pose. Push-up, feeling the strength and the energy through the chest and the arms, and then stretching and releasing into that wide child's pose. Feeling those arms activated, we're going to continue with our side body now, extending top arm up to the sky, extending top leg out. We're going to tap down and then 3 pulses up. Tap down and then 3 pumps of that leg up and down. 2, 3, and lower. Up, 2, 3, and lower. Really feeling some energy through your fingertips here, reaching up to the sky. Bringing it down, knees come together. Let's take it over to the other side. Again, extending those fingers up nice and high, feeling the energy, kicking that leg out, pointing the toes, tapping down, and then pump, pump, pump at the top. Release it down and lift, lift, lift at the top. Bring yourself back up to standing. We're going to come back into that nice wide plie position, activating our inner thighs. And now I want you to feel that sensual energy as you release down through your side body. I want you to feel those hips swaying. I want you to reach up to the sky, and then I want you to focus on each and every detail of your shape and your form as you lower that hand down. So again, addressing your body personally. This is for you. This is your workout today. Let's take it into some lateral lunges here, still focusing on those inner thighs as well as our quadriceps and glutes. We're going to bring a shoulder raise forward, pulse down, shoulder raise and lift. Pulse down with that shoulder raise and lift. Good. Now I want you to keep your back as upright as possible as you bend those knees, placing the weight into your heel of the standing leg. Yes, we're flowing through these beautiful sensual movements, but we are also really focusing on toning our body today. So always keeping in mind the technical side of these movements. Really lowering through that thigh, through that quad, through that hamstring. lowering and feeling the glutes squeeze each time. Okay, next up we're going to come into a curtsy lunge, reaching one arm up, the same arm as leg that comes back, and then opposite arm up as our knee pulses through. So bring it down and reach, and then up and reach. Try and get nice and low on this curtsy and feel the twist of that body. Another option, you can just take that curtsy without bending the knee, just tapping the heel back behind you, or you can join me again here, coming all the way down. Let's take that around to the other side. Again, you have two options. Why not try the more challenging option first? See how that fits with your body today. And then also you have the option of just tapping that heel down behind you and taking out the actual lunge. It's up to you. Join me in whichever version feels right. Find that balance. It's okay if you fall off a little bit. It happens to all of us. We're going to come down to our mat now, coming into some hip bridge circles. So again, feeling those hips release today through our movement. We're going to lift and we're going to roll and rock them around in this nice big circle. I want you to make it as big as you can today, feeling every little muscle as you turn through the movement. Up, down, around, up, down, around. Feeling that pelvic floor releasing and then squeezing as you lift up through the middle. Feeling those glutes working here. Next up, we're in releve. We're going to dip our hips, lifting one leg up, pulsing, and then repeat. So it's a dip, leg kicks up, and repeat. Okay, let's bring it around into a downward dog. We're going to work some core here. So downward dog into alternating ankle taps. Pressing up, getting nice and high in that downward dog, and then lifting, rolling forward, tapping one ankle, and coming to the other side. Down to our knees, feeling some more activation in our gluteal muscles here. We're going to take a variation on the donkey kick, so it's going to be double kick back, really kicking nice and high with a lot of power, and then switching sides, double kick back, and switching sides, power through those glutes, power through those legs, a lot of core activation with that knee coming toward the chest. Awesome job, you're doing great. Let's come down to our forearms now. Really still feeling that core pulling up and in toward the spine. We're going to flex the foot. Give me 3 pumps here with that leg behind you, and then switch sides. Kick the leg out, 3 pumps up, and switch sides. Doing great, keep it going. If that foot starts to cramp, just point the toe and then come right back into that flex. That heel pushing strong up to the sky each time. Rolling around, now we're coming into a supported side plank. So with that knee down for support, other leg is extended out to the side. We're going to arch the body and then tap the leg. Good, arch, bring it down and tap. Keeping lifted through that side body here. Taking that leg tap as high or as low as feels perfect for your body today. The other side. I hope you're noticing that I'm really trying to exaggerate this stretching and arching of the back in this movement today. Sometimes we do similar moves where we do it more upright, but today I really want you to focus on that arch and feeling it through. Now I am showing you a couple of variations here where you could do it up on the forearm or all the way up onto your hand. Find which version works best for you. Alright, you guys, let's take a moment here. If you need to grab water, towel off, you may do that. Otherwise, join me in this little stretch. We're going to come up into a downward dog, and then we're going to come all the way into a high cobra position. Just a couple of these, really feeling our abdominal muscles stretching and lengthening, feeling those hips releasing. Alternately, you could just stay in a child's pose or a mini cobra, or you could grab some water. And then you'll join me with your legs out in a nice wide position, hinging forward and getting ready for our next movement. In that wide leg forward fold, and we're just going to reach one arm up around to the side, feeling our obliques, feeling the stretch, and also feeling that body lengthening here. Back of the leg stretching, hamstring stretching long. Make sure that hinge is coming from the hips and not the lower back. And now let's get ready to bring it into some more abdominal work, coming to a seated position, releasing down slightly through the spine, activating your core and your lower abdominals here. Reaching in front of you, you're going to tap that knee up and then reach it back. lying on your back. Now I want you to imagine that you were riding a unicycle. I know that sounds funny, but think of one big wheel and just making big, huge circles with those legs as if you're riding a unicycle but on your back. So not bicycle crunches, we'll call these unicycle crunches. Rotate it around. We're going to do some splits work today. So beginning with some splits work, I want you to lie on your side body, come into a passe, elevate that leg all the way up and then lower it down. So we're strengthening but also stretching our inner thighs muscles here, feeling with control how high we can lift that leg each time. To the other side again, passe, elevating that leg all the way up with control, holding those lower abs in place, and then lowering it back down with control. Continue on. Side, and now we're going to come into a knee tap. So I want you to bend that top knee, tap it down in front of you, really feel those lower abdominals activating, and then you're going to kick it up and away. Side. Now tell me that you didn't feel that hip on that move. I want you to activate those same muscles right here again. Lower abdominals pulling in, feeling the hip of that top leg as you tap it down, and then using those muscles to pull it up and elongate it away from the body. means your knees are bent but your legs are straddling. And we're just going to hinge forward, starting to warm up and loosen up those hips. Hinging forward just as much as is comfortable, but giving you a little bit of a stretch. And then when you feel really good there, we're going to go ahead and extend those legs straight. If you don't feel good doing that today, just stay here in this position. If you do decide to extend your legs straight, you can slowly inch your body down and lower it toward your mat. We're also going to take side splits. So again, do this at your own pace. You can follow along with me, or you can take it slower. Or if you're just a splits master and you don't need to do this practice today, you can feel free to take another